I walked my entire property, and I've lost close to 40 to 50% of my garden. Let that sink in for a second. 40 to 50%. Not struggling, not declining, gone. This is what a South Florida dry season and a cold snap actually looks like. One season can change everything. And if you're building a fruit forest, this is part of the reality. This area was full, growing, productive, established. There was structure here. There was density. There was progress. And now it's completely cleared out. And sometimes the reset isn't a choice. It's forced. And this is usually the moment where you either quit or you start understanding what actually works. Even the banana, cut all the way back. At one point, this was lush, fast-growing, reliable, and now it looks like nothing is left. But what looks dead isn't always dead. And this is where most people make a mistake. They assume it's over, and they remove it too early. This is what matters, right here. Green inside the stem means there's still life. It means the root system is still active. It means recovery is possible. Cut too early, and you don't give it that chance. You don't just clean it up, you eliminate it. These are native, and you can see the difference immediately. They're not thriving, but they're holding on. And they hold on longer because they're already adapted to this environment. Heat, drought, sudden temperature swings. They've seen it before. Everything else is trying to catch up. The pond dropped, water level down, no retention. And when this happens, everything around it feels it. This isn't just about watering plants. This is about the entire environment shifting. Humidity drops, soil dries faster, roots get stressed. And in a system like this, water decides everything. Same property, same plants, same general conditions, but look at this. Shade versus full sun. Under the oak, still green, still holding structure, still alive. And then just a few feet away, fully exposed, completely dried out. This is microclimate. And this is one of the most important concepts if you're planting in South Florida. It's not just what you plant, it's where you plant it. This one struggled from the beginning. You could see it early. Thin structure, slow growth. It never really established itself. And when stress hit, it didn't have the strength to recover. And this is another lesson. Not everything is meant to make it. Some plants show you early that they're not in the right place. Some plants are already pushing new growth. You can see it clearly. New leaves, new shoots, small signs, but important ones. And then right beside them, others are barely holding on. Same yard, different outcomes. And this isn't random. It's placement, environment, soil, and resilience over time. And then you see this. One mango, thriving, healthy, green, doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And everything around it, struggling. And this is where you stop and you start asking better questions. What's different here? What worked that didn't work over there? Heavy mulch, better moisture retention, more stable conditions, microclimate protection. All of these small decisions, they don't feel important in the moment, but over time, they compound. And when conditions get extreme, they decide what survives and what doesn't. No shade, direct exposure, full intensity sun. And even with watering, young plants here struggle because establishment is everything. If a plant isn't strong yet, This kind of exposure will take it out quickly. This area was full. There was growth everywhere, structure, energy, and now it's gone. And this is the part people don't calculate. Not just the cost of the plants, but the time. Months, years, gone in one season. And that's a hard reality to accept. Don't cut anything yet. This is important. If the stem is still green, there's still a chance, even if everything above it looks gone. Let the plant decide. Let it try to recover. Wait for the rain cycle to return, then make your decision, not before. Some species take the hit and keep going. They drop leaves, they slow down, but they survive. Others won't. And over time, your garden teaches you what belongs and what doesn't. Same plant, same property, different soil, different outcome. Soil quality matters more than most people realize. It holds moisture differently. It drains differently. It supports the root system differently. And in conditions like this, that difference becomes very visible. The oak is untouched, mature, established, deep roots. It's not reacting because it doesn't need to. And everything around it is still trying to recover. That's the difference time makes. You can't rush that. And then this, still fruiting, still producing, even in these conditions, even with everything else struggling. Not everything is lost. There's always something that makes it through. Give it time. Watch for signs of life. Don't rush the process. This is part of building a real garden, not just the growth, but the loss and the recovery. If you want a complete system for planting and building a resilient South Florida garden, planting a fruitful oasis in South Florida is available on my website, fruitfulfloridagarden.com, or linked in the description. How is your garden doing right now? Here's the carambola. It's not doing so bad. It's still holding on. And in conditions like this, that's actually a good sign. This area is very close to the pond, but there's no shade here, no real protection. It's fully exposed. Even though this area has been heavily watered, you can still see the stress. These typically do well in the dry season, but this one is still fairly young, so I'm not surprised it's reacting like this. And right here, this is a seedling loquat. I picked this up several years ago, planted it here, and honestly, I haven't seen much movement. But it's still alive, still stable, and sometimes that matters more than rapid growth. Now right beside it, you see the contrast. The clusia, not doing well. The yucca, struggling. And the mango seedling in the pot, definitely not doing well. Same space, completely different outcomes. And this area here, near the chicken coop, this was full. Beautiful greens, passion fruit everywhere. And now it's completely died back. The sugar apple, no leaves left at all. And honestly, this area was always a little questionable. It never fully thrived. So when the cold snap came, this is what happened. And this mango here, it looks rough. Leaves completely brown, structure looks dry. But if you look closely, everything is still green underneath. The stems, the stalks, they're still alive, which means it will likely come back. And this is important. I would not recommend cutting anything right now. It's not time. Let the plant recover on its own. Let the environment shift. Let the rain come back. And then, once you start seeing real signs of life, that's when you decide what to do. Now, this papaya, it didn't make it, but the base is still there. And I've seen this happen before. It can push back up again. And then the ackee, almost completely stripped, all the leaves gone, except for just a few at the top. Guava, June plum, very resilient. You can already see it. They're trying to push out new growth, trying to recover. And sometimes that's all you can do. Just give it time and see what happens. This is Malayan apple, Barbados cherry, completely defoliated, all the leaves gone. And this is the part that's hard, because this isn't just plants. This is money. This is time. Time you don't get back. And in one season, it can look like this. But then you start to see something like this. A few days ago, this had no green at all. Nothing. And now it's pushing back. New growth coming in. And that's the part that keeps you going. This Barbados cherry, extremely resilient. And then right beside it, nothing. Same type of plant, different outcome. And a lot of that comes down to soil, conditions below the surface that you don't always see. This papaya lost its leaves, but didn't collapse, still standing, and that matters. And then this mango, completely brown. But look at the oak tree. It's perfect, fully established, deep roots, not affected the same way. Everything underneath it still trying to recover. So be prepared. 40, maybe 50% loss. That's real. And then here, heavily mulched area, and you can see the difference. Still life, still structure. This mango, doing well, producing. Another Barbados cherry, another jujube, guava pushing growth. And at this point, you just let everything be. Let the system reset. And then this, loquats, still fruiting, even now. Not everything is lost. There's still life here. Different stages, all across the property. Some things recovering, some things gone, some things still producing. And even this peach, not ready. Probably won't make it this season, and that's okay. Because this isn't just about one season. Give it time. Watch what comes back. Please like, comment, and subscribe for Fruitful Florida Garden for more updates.